Good evening, good morning, and good night. Welcome to Inappropriate Radio. It's your host. Let's get into this. So, hi guys. I hope all is well. No alien talk or periodic table talk today. However, the creator wanted me to get into something. Now, I had intended on, I was debating between two different topics. And then I had got a download this morning. I actually watched something. I was hearing little messages. And then this morning I got a download. Now, like I said, I had been debating on two other downloads. And the creator told me to sit on them a little longer and do some actual research, like actual factual, so I could, back up the discussion with research like we always do, right? But this morning, the creator had gave me a download about feminine and masculine and just wanted to talk about something. Now, first of all, masculine and feminine energies is not new to this podcast, right? In fact, we actually based our conversations of spiritual warfare on masculine and feminine energies, right? So we haven't really touched this topic in a while. I believe last weekend, yeah, I had been going back and forth with the LGBT community on a spiritual workers page. I had gave a segment and we talked about that. And this topic is in no way, shape, or form connected to that. All right. This segment is based off of a download that I got early this morning. Okay. There were societies, and there still are, that run off of the matriarch, the mother, right? The patriarch, the parent, the other parent or the dad. That system had been implemented into society, and ultimately all different types of civilizations started to pick up and use that, right? But initially everything was ran off of the woman being the head, right? Obviously, we know women, we give birth, we carry life. We've had the discussion of, sex being the bridge between the physical and the spiritual world, and how the feminine energy is responsible for carrying certain frequencies, right? We also know that feminine and masculine energies are not exclusive to men or women. We all carry both, okay? Hence the reason why we have testosterone and estrogen. We even went into the discussion of, how we all are women in the womb, and then around the 5th or 6th week, we become men, right? Or hormones will later on determine during that time what the gender of the fetus would be, right? We went over that and how it's warfare. We talked about how I believe that has a lot to do with what's going on with the hormones now and how they're being manipulated with the food, with the frequencies, all of that. That's the old conversation, right? That was a part of the segment where I talked about the spirit of same sex chasing me and hunting me down, right? Now, moving into a similar or a relatable topic, right? Women are the bearers, right? The societies that we're currently operating in is based off of the patriarch or the father or the man leading. And I think that is adding to the discourse in the frequencies as far as society goes, okay? Yes, women are emotional. Yes, women have all of these different components about themselves that may make them appear to be weak. And we may be less sensible than men. However, the frequency and the vibration of the woman, right? Not the female, the woman, two different things, all right? And I'm not talking about like transgenderism. I'm saying the things in life that are required to allow a woman to become just that, right? The phases that a female goes through in order to step into womanhood, okay? That's what I'm talking about. That frequency. And whether it's a good or a bad frequency, right? Whether you're in the upright or not, the frequency itself of being a woman is necessary to the growth of your spirituality. Okay, this is probably why a lot of people feel like men who are conscious are more soft, they're more feminine, and it's because there's an increase in the level of consciousness. It is related to the feminine energy, not necessarily a woman, right? When we talk about womanhood now, because we are the natural bearers of this frequency, or we may have an influx of it, right? We are responsible for nurturing the frequencies that are in our immediate environments, right? And hopefully when the things and the people that are in our environment leaves us, they will pick up on that feminine energy and transmute it respectively, okay? Now, there has been several conversations about gender in the world, and I'm not even going to go there because I want to focus on what's required in order for that vibration to be utilized in a way where everyone that comes into contact with it can flourish, okay? It's like coming home, right? When you go to grandma's house, you might fall asleep. You know you're going to eat. You might get a lesson. You know you're going to get a lesson, right? It's that energy, okay? The womaness, okay? And of course, we can refer to this as being the Empress. And there are several different spiritual journeys that can lead up to the Empress becoming the Empress, or just someone being able to embody what is required in order for them to operate in that frequency, okay? And like I said, it doesn't matter if you're on the upright or not. Being a woman, right, is an essential a part of how we function as women. And obviously, if you're a woman, I'm talking to you. If you're a man, then I need you to start changing your perspective on the women that you are dealing with, whether you deal with them on a day-to-day basis or you're just scrolling past them on your screen, right, on your phone. It would do you very good, or you would do yourself a favor. You would be doing yourself a favor if you are able to fine-tune a space. If a woman is opening herself up to you intellectually, she is opening herself up to you spiritually, right? Not even physically, because that's a different type of energy, right? I'm kind of speaking of energy that is more along the platonic basis, right? So your sister, your coworker, your mother, your grandmother, your neighbor, your auntie, your cousin, females that you have an intimate relationship without sex being involved, okay? And we've talked about intimacy, right? And the different layers of that. The dynamics that allow you to step into an area where you can coexist with women, not just the feminine energy, women itself, because there are some masculine women, right? That right there is a telltale sign that there's, some sort of off balance. Something is off balance and balance is needed. And that may be where you come in as the man, whether you are in your feminine or masculine energy or not. Okay, women are responsible for leading us spiritually, and we talked about that. So it's important for you to understand that women have a job that men don't have. And again, this doesn't have anything to do with sexuality, with the LGBT community. This conversation is solely about a woman being the one that is responsible for bringing life in, us being able to reflect on a time when women were responsible. Because remember, the man is planting the seed in the woman, okay? So you are putting your seed in her garden, and you are watching your fruit grow as a result of the soil that is there. So the quality of woman is, we already know it determines what's going on and what type of fruit or crop is gonna be born, right? Or bear. What is being produced here, okay? Now, we can take that conversation all over the place, but I'm just trying to get you to follow the perspective of it. And we even had the conversation about pregnant women, the need for us to protect pregnant women, whether they are birthing star seeds, indigos, chosen ones, black sheeps, cycle breakers. It doesn't matter. The physical body of a woman is being attacked spiritually, obviously, because people want to stop life for whatever reason. But all in all, this conversation is about womanhood, okay? Being able to understand the different layers that entails being a woman, okay? The psychological aspect of it, the financial and emotional aspects of it, the social aspect of it. I mean, just think, you could be having a good day and then you're just sitting there and then you just start getting cramps out of the blue and your period comes, and it just changes the entire course of your day. Totally natural, totally normal, and there's nothing you can do about it. Right? It's a part of the cycle of life. So, and I mean, that's just one aspect, right? Or this could be your 50th birthday and then you just start getting a hot flash and you realize, okay, I'm going through menopause now. It's starting. Oh, okay, I'm at this age, I'm no longer going to be able to have a menstrual cycle, right? Totally normal. And there's nothing you could do about it, right? And all of these things are associated to our diet, our genes, the clock of life, if you will. We all have cycles. We all have different things going on spiritually and physically and emotionally that tie into that. But overall, the gist is to understand that women physically and psychologically go through things that go against social ideations and the things that are set up in society that allow us to thrive and function in a particular fashion. So I'm just trying to get us to open our minds up to some of the differences that add on to spiritual changes, okay? The awakening of the woman has a lot to do with not just nature itself, but her physical and genetic makeup. With men, it's a little different, okay? And I'm speaking to even just the whole understanding of us being women in the womb. There is a layer of us not having to go through a particular metamorphosis that men do. And now that I'm thinking of that, the creator is giving me a download now that I'm going to look into. And maybe we'll have a conversation or not. Maybe that information is just for me. I don't know. I have to check it with the creator first. But all in all, the body of the woman is sacred. Okay, I think that's just the overall message. And men, you plant your seed in the garden. So you have to look at that garden and determine if you like what's being produced there already, in order to determine if this is a garden for you to plant a seed in, for you to water, or for you to just bypass and look at it and just gaze at its beauty. All right. But I'm going to end it here. I do love y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed y'all weekend. I hope y'all are drinking y'all water, eating y'all fruit and vegetables, and sipping on your own tea because it's free. All right. And I love y'all. All right. I'm out of here.